Today I will be talking about the three most common types of eating disorders, which are bulimia, anorexia, and binge eating. An eating disorder is a mental disorder defined by abnormal eating habits that negatively affect a person's physical or mental health. The first type I'll be talking about is bulimia. Bulimia is an eating disorder which commonly results in vomiting or purging what the person consumes in order to control weight. So there's two types, there's purging and non-purging. Purging is self-induced vomiting or overdosing on laxatives, and non-purging is too much exercise or fasting to compensate for eating. The symptoms for bulimia are frequent episodes of consuming very large amount of food, then trying to lose that weight quickly, and low self-esteem related to body image. You'll see as we go on through the presentation that almost all three of the types have to do with low self-esteem and body image. Bulimia has three main effects on the body. All the types I'll be talking about have more, but these are just the most common and the most. Inflammation and possible rupture of the esophagus, tooth decay from throwing up, and chronic irregular bowel movements and constipation as a result of the laxative abuse. The next type is anorexia. Anorexia is an eating disorder associated with extreme weight loss and attention to calorie count, and ultimately self-starvation. Anorexia symptoms, again, the three main ones, are binging and purging meals. Binging is just eating a lot, and then purging is eating nothing. So they're going from the most extreme to eating a lot to the most extreme to not eating anything. They severely watch calories, so they watch the calories they're intaking, so they know, for instance, if they're in a binge, they'll watch how many calories they're eating so that they don't eat many other calories in the other purging meal. And they also have an obsession of weight, which is another thing that I was talking about of the low self-esteem. Anorexia effects on the body has a little bit more extreme ones than bulimia did. Brittle bones, irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, severe dehydration, dry hair and skin, and kidney failure. The last type I'll be talking about is binge eating. Binge eating is the most common type of eating disorder in the United States. And it has episodes consuming large quantities of food, loss of control during the binge, guilt or distress after the binge, but it does not involve purging after the binge. So if someone has a binge eating disorder, they're just going to eat a lot. They're not going to be worrying about purging after the binge like someone with anorexia does. The symptoms of binge eating is feeling disgust about body size or shape, again, which is the low self-esteem, eating unusually large amounts of food in a given time period. So if they eat 2 meals in 2 hours and they didn't usually do that, or someone without an eating disorder doesn't do that, it's like a little red flag. Feelings that their eating behavior is out of control, eats even when not hungry, so eats when they're bored, when they're sad, and eating alone due to embarrassment from the large amounts of food that they consume. They get embarrassed, so they eat alone. The effects of binge eating has quite a few. The high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, fatigue, anger, and feelings of worthlessness or shame.